1 of this series, I showed you 10 different ways that you can customize your club's FreeToastHost website. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you 10 more ways that you can customize your club's FreeToastHost website. I will show you how to add a YouTube video, how to add a Google Slides presentation, how to add a custom link to the menu, how to add a custom page, how to change the color of a page, how to add a Google Maps, how to customize the Contact Us page, how to add events on your calendar, how to set up a hello bar at the top, and how to show your members on the Meet Our Members page. Let's dive in. Before you try to edit your website, make sure that you log into the back end of it as a site admin so you can have full control and full access to the various settings. Now, if you want to add a YouTube video to your club's website, you'll need to go to youtube.com and select the video that you want to display on your club's website. Once you have chosen which video you want to show, you'll come over here to where it says share and click on that button. It will generate a link that you can copy. So go ahead and copy that link. Then come back over to your FreeToastHost website. Since I want to edit the home page, I'm going to click on this pencil icon in the top right hand corner. And then I'm going to scroll down to my little home page content editing box. I'm going to place my mouse where I want to insert the video. And just to make it easier for you to see, I'm going to expand the page by clicking on these green arrows icon. I'm going to come over here to where it says YouTube. And I'm going to go over to the box that says paste YouTube video URL. You can change the width and the height of the video if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and just see how it looks on the home page first before I adjust any of the dimensions of the video. So for now, the only thing I'm going to leave checked is this box that says show player controls. I'm going to click OK. And it's going to look like this. Here's my thumbnail popping up. I'm going to come out of this full screen and I'm going to click save. Okay, it has updated, so let's see how it looks. And there it is. My YouTube video that I selected is now showing up on my club's home page. That's one way that you can add a YouTube video to any of the pages on your club's FreeToastHost website. We're going to come back over here to our home page content box. I'm going to delete this so I can show you the second way you can do this. The second way that you can add a YouTube video to a web page on your club's website is by clicking on this icon over here. It has a music symbol and a film symbol, and when you hover over it, it says embed media from external sites. When you click on it, this box will appear. And it's saying to paste a URL from one of the supported sites, such as YouTube. You do have to include a title. So for example, I'm just going to put in FreeToastHost. You're going to paste that URL that you copied from earlier. You have the option to resize your video if you'd like. And then you have the option to align it a specific way. I like for videos and images to be centered, so I'm going to click on Align Center. And here we have a preview of how it's going to look. It's not as large as the other one is, so do keep that in mind. Although you do have the option to resize it. So if you see that it's cutting the video, it's cropping the video in a way that you don't want it to be cropped, then go ahead and click on it, double click on it, and then we can choose one of these resize options. So I'm going to try this one that says responsive resize, and let's go with their auto default dimensions. And let's see how that looks. it's still a bit small for me. Personally, I don't like it. So I'm going to go back and click on specific resize. Here you can change the width and the height of the video. So I'm going to put 800 and see how that looks. We're just playing around with it to see, and well, it is much larger, but the height needs to also be adjusted. So I'm going to change the height to maybe 500 and let us see how it looks. That is so much better. And I'm going to come out of here and click save so that the video can stay on the page. Yes, it is much larger, but this is an example of why it's important to keep your dimensions in mind. Now I chose 800 by 500, so the width is a bit too much. The height is okay, it could be a bit smaller. But if you notice that it's way too big, I don't like that it's coming out of this box. I want it to be within the white space. You can always go back in and edit the size if you want. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back into here, click on the pencil icon, scroll back down to the home page content box. I'm going to expand this and double click on this video, and I'm going to reduce my width to maybe 500, and let's do the height about 400 and see how that looks. Okay, and I'm going to click save because remember it looked fine in the preview, but it looked different once the page was updated. So let's see how it actually looks on the page. And it's a little bit better, but if it doesn't look the way you want it to, which this currently does not look the way I want it to, I would just play around with the dimensions until you get it to a size that you want it to be, where it looks appealing and appeasing to the eye on whatever page you are inserting the video onto. But those are two different ways that you can embed a YouTube video on your club's website. Again, if you click on the pencil icon and you scroll down to the content box and you open up this little editing area, you can either click on the YouTube icon at the very top, or you can click on the embed media icon that is right next to it. Those are two ways you can add a video to your club's website. Next up, I'm going to show you how you can embed a Google Slides presentation on your club's FreeToastHost website. I'm going to go ahead and delete this video because we don't need it for this part. But in order for you to embed a Google Slides presentation, you'll first need to open up Google Slides. You will need to be signed into a Google account in order to complete this part of the editing portion. So go ahead and sign into your Google account, whether it's your personal Google account or your club's Google account. That one is the most preferable option. Open up Google Slides, and then you will need to have the presentation created. So I already have a Google Slides presentation created that I'm going to embed, but if you don't have one already, then go ahead and work on that, and then you can come back to this step. Once you're ready to embed the Google Slides presentation onto your club's website, go ahead and hover over File, click on File, hover over the Share option, and then click on the option that says Publish to Web. Now, when this box pops up, you do have two options. You can either use the link option, or you can click on the embed option. We want to use the embed option for this portion because you're going to embed the Google Slides so it's actually popping up on the site, and it's not just a regular custom link that I showed you how to do in part 1 of this series. So go ahead and click on the embed tab. Here you can change the size of the Google Slides. You can either choose one of their default dimensions, small, medium, large, or you can do a custom dimension, but we can get into that a little bit later. For now, I'm just going to click on medium. I'm going to leave it at medium. Here you can choose how you want your slides to appear on your website. Do you want it to change every second? Do you want it to change every 3 seconds, which is the default setting? Do you want it to change every 15 seconds? It really depends on how you want it to look. I'm going to leave it on the default setting. You also have the option to check this box that says start slideshow as soon as the player loads. I recommend checking this so that way when someone comes on your website, the slideshow will automatically play so they can see your wonderful pictures, your club's achievements, and any information that you want to display on this Google slide presentation. You also have the option to have the slideshow automatically restart, so that way once it's done, it's not just sitting there and there's not a blank screen or a screen that says replay. It's good to also check this box that says restart the slideshow, so that way it can automatically start over again once all the slides have been shown. So go ahead and click all of these options, and then what you want to do is copy this code right here. You can use your keyboard settings to do it, or you can right click on here and then click the copy option, whichever one you're comfortable with. Then come back over to your club's website. Now this time we're going to select the option that says source. It's at the very top left. Click on that. When you click on it, it's going to pull up some HTML code. Don't be afraid of this. It is just basically the back end of your site. It's the code that tells the system how to format things, how to make certain things appear, such as the text. We can see that our text is centered and it has the color and all of that. So don't be freaked out by this. We need it to look like this for a minute in order to paste that code. So what you want to do is come on over down. Just go ahead and press enter and paste that code onto a new line. Then come back over to the source button and click on it. This is how your screen should look once you do that. Now don't be freaked out by this either. You don't see the Google slideshow on here. It's only shown this white box that says iframe. That's totally normal. Once we save it, it is going to show the Google slideshow, and I'm going to show you that by coming out of this full screen. I'm going to click save, and it is saved, so I'm going to click close, and now the page is going to update, and we should see the Google slideshow on this home page. There it is. It's loading, and it worked. So even though in the preview it showed that white box that says iframe, the slideshow will appear on your home page as long as that code has been pasted, and you want to make sure that you're not messing with the code. For the most part, you can change the dimensions if you want to. Right now, I don't like the way this looks. It's awkward. So what I'm going to do is click on the pencil icon. And I'm going to go back down to the home page content box. I'm going to expand the screen, and then I'm going to click back on source. Now I would like for this to be centered, so I'm going to put arrow, center, arrow, and when you're doing code like this, you have to make sure it matches on both ends. Like for example, it says iframe at the top and then iframe at the end of the code. I'm going to put arrow / center arrow at the end. I'm going to click on source, and here we can see that helped to center the slideshow. So if you do want your slideshow to be centered, that is an option that you can do to get it to be centered. Now let's go ahead and refresh this. We're going to save it, close, and now the slideshow is centered. Now it doesn't really look like it on the home page because it's so large. I recommend playing around with the size. Now if you go back over to Google Slides, it does give you some different options you can choose from. So I selected medium, and as we can see, medium is a bit too large. We could go with small and then recopy that code, come back over here and paste that new code. So I'm going to do that to show you how the small option would look. going to delete that. Paste it. I'm going to put back my center code because I want this to be centered. It looks much smaller, but let's see how it actually looks on the home page. Close this out so it can refresh, and it's going from that to this. So it's so much smaller. I also don't really like this size either. So I don't like the dimensions that they provide for us. I think the medium dimension is way too big, even though it's medium. And I think the small option is too small. So what I would do is I would click on the custom option, and I would play around with this to select a width and height that would be more appeasing, that will be more appealing on the home page. So you can do that. If you like the default settings, you can always keep them. But if you're like me and you want it to be a size that's in between the small and medium option, then you can click on the custom option under slide size and play around with it until you find some dimensions that work for you. Next, I'm going to show you how you can add a custom link to the menu section of your club's FreeToastHost website. If you want to add an additional link to your main menu, what you want to do is click on the Launch Admin Console button. Over here where it says select a module, click on the arrows and click on the option that says Custom Web Pages. Here you have the option to either build out a web page or simply add a link, which is what we're going to do. I will show you how to add a custom page, but for now we're focusing on how to add a custom link. What you want to do is go over to whatever website or resource that you want to link to and copy that URL. So for this example, I'm going to link to the District 14 Toastmasters calendar. I'm going to copy that URL. Then I'm going to come back over to this pop-up window and I'm going to paste that URL into this little content box. I'm going to scroll down and then I'm going to give this a title. I'm going to say District 14 calendar. And you do have the option of putting an entry position number. Let's say you want this to be the second item that shows up on the main menu. You can put number 2 on here if you want. But if it doesn't really matter to you, then you can leave this box blank. These don't pertain to what I'm showing you now. They will pertain to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Save button. I'm going to click on Close. Click Save one more time just to be sure. And then I'm going to close out of this. Now we can see that the District 14 calendar link is on our main menu. So I'm going to close out of the tab that actually is open, and I'm going to click on this link right here to test it. You always want to test to make sure your links are working. And it looks like it is going to the District 14 calendar. So if you ever want to link to your district's website, or you want to link to a resource that's on the Toastmasters website or even your district's website, that is how you can go about doing so. This is a great option to expand your menu so that your current members and even your guests can have access to certain information that you want to showcase. Next, I'm going to show you how you can add a custom page to your club's FreeToastHost website. We're going to go about this the same way that we just added a custom link. Now there will be some differences, but again, you want to click on Launch Admin Console, come over here where it says select a module, and click on the option that says Custom Web Pages. So this page can look however you want it to. Let's say this is going to be a frequently asked question page. So I'm just going to put FAQ. Let's see, FAQ about Gwinnett Metro Toastmasters. Of course, you want to customize your text and everything, but for now, I'm just going to put this here. So maybe we can say, when does your club meet? And then, I would put the Q button. I put Q, I would put A. We meet every Thursday. We meet every second and fourth Thursday at 6:00 p.m. Eastern time. You can put whatever information you want on your custom page, but of course you want to make sure that it's in this box under web page content. This is where you want to build out how your page is going to look. And now once you have that, you want to scroll down and give your page a title. So I'm going to title this FAQ, or maybe FAQs. You can make this a higher position on the menu if you want. That option is always there. I'm going to scroll down and put some more information pertaining to the custom web page. So here, even though we just put a title for the web page, this title is really the title that we included earlier is for the page tab. Now the web page name, this is something that's going to be part of your URL. So you don't want to make it too long. Right? You don't want it to be something like FAQs for Gwinnett Metro Toastmasters, because then your URL is going to be https://gwinnettmetro.toastmastersclubs.org/FAQs for gwinnettmetro.toastmasters.org. That is way too long of a URL, so I would leave it at FAQs again. So for your page title, you can make that a bit longer if you want to, but for your page name, keep it as short as possible. For your web page description, this is where you want to include some keywords that are related to whatever it is your custom web page is about, to make it easier for people to find this page when they are using a search engine such as Google. This will help them with finding it. I'm going to put frequently asked questions about Toastmasters. And then you can also fill out here where it says web page keywords. You can put Toastmasters. You can put Gwinnett Metro Toastmasters. Whatever it is that you want. Down here we see this box that says select the page type for this custom page. You can make this page public, meaning anyone can see this page. They don't have to be logged into your club's FreeToastHost website in order to see this custom page. They can simply visit your club's website and click on the link to it in the menu option. Now, if this is something you want only your members to see, you can restrict it and click on the members only option. For now, I'm going to leave this under the public access option, and I'm going to click save. I'm going to close out of this. And then our new page should appear in the menu bar, and it does. So if you come over here where it says main menu, we can see the FAQs page. We're going to click on that. And there it is, our new page. And you can see the text that I typed out for this example, but you can definitely spice up your custom pages. You can add images, you can add videos, you can add custom links, you can add another Google slideshow, whatever it is that you want to put on your custom page. But if there's another page that you want to build out in order to share certain information with your members, with visitors, with your club officers, whoever it is, that is how you can go about doing that. Now, I'm going to show you how you can change the color of a page. So we're going to use our custom page example for me to show you how to do this. I'm going to click on the pencil icon so we can open this up. And I'm going to scroll to where it says appearance. Here, it's simple. You only have this one option to change the web page background color. So I'm going to click on the down arrow and I'm going to choose a different color. I'm going to select this yellow color just for our example. I'm going to click save. I'm going to close out of this, and then it's going to update, and now it shows a yellow color as the page's background. Now let's say I wanted to do this for the home page. Now if I go over to the home page, it still has a white background because I only changed the background for the FAQs page. But if I want to change this one, I'm going to click on the pencil icon again. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. And I'm going to go over here where it says background color for home page. I'm going to click on this down arrow, and then I'm going to select a different color for this page. I'm going to select this gray color and click save. And it is updating, and now it has a gray background. So if you want to change the background colors for any of your pages, whether it's the home page, it's your Meet Our Members page, it's the custom page that you built out, you do have the option to do that. Next, I'm going to show you how you can add Google Maps onto your club's FreeToastHost website. For this example, I'm going to go over to the meeting information / directions page because that's typically where you would put it. You can also put it on your club's homepage if you want, or you can build out a custom page just for this. I'm going to click on the pencil icon for this page, and then I'm going to scroll down a little until I see some information about Google Maps. So for this, you have two options on how you can add Google Maps on your club's website. The first thing you can do is simply type in the address of your club's location. So for this club, they meet on Sugarloaf Parkway in Lawrenceville, Georgia. They meet specifically at Gwinnett Tech, so that's the address for the Lawrenceville location. What you want to do is put in your club's address. Whatever that is what you want to put right here. Now, you do have another option of building it out a little bit differently if you want a more custom look, and they include instructions here on how you can do that. Next, I'm going to show you how you can customize the Contact Us page. So if you go over to your main menu and click on Contact Us, this pop-up box will appear. You do have the option to edit a bit of this information, and the way we can do that is by closing out of here and clicking on the Launch Admin Console button. Then you want to click on this Select a Module box, and then click on here where it says Email and Contact Forms. From here, you have the option to click on the Contact Us form button, and this is where you can customize this form a little bit. First, you can customize who exactly is going to receive these form submissions. It's a good idea to have your vice president membership to receive these emails since they are in charge of membership. You can also have your club's president to receive these form submissions in case your VPM might not be available, or in case they might be swamped with something else, so they might miss one of the form submissions. You could also have your club's vice president public relations to receive these form submissions. Since they are part of the recruitment team, they are to work with the VPM to help your club with recruiting new members, so you can have these submissions go to them as well. If you want to change who can receive this, all you have to do is click on one of these little arrows, and then you can select one of the officer roles, and you can also select a club member. So maybe you have someone in your club who's working on a project that this can be related to, or maybe they want to shadow your vice president membership, or they want to shadow the vice president public relations. You can also have this person to receive the contact us form submissions so that they can also help with responding to those emails and responding to prospects and helping your club with the membership process. Now, if you scroll down a little, you'll see two boxes here that says contact us form greeting and contact us form closing. So the greeting is what they're going to see once this pop-up box appears. When they click on the contact us pop-up box, this is what they're going to see immediately. And then the form closing message is the one they're going to see once they complete the contact us form. So you want to keep this short. You don't want to put a whole paragraph of information on these boxes. Keep it short, keep it sweet, or if you want, you can simply leave them blank and go with the default text settings that is on the FreeToastHost website. But you do have the option to customize those. And for this example, I'm just going to put thanks for stopping by. Let us know how we can help you. I would go with something a little bit better, but I'm going to use that for now. So I'm going to click save. I'm going to close out of this. It's going to update so I can see how this looks. I'm going to click back on contact us, and we can see the message that I inputted. It says, thanks for stopping by. Let us know how we can help you. So if you want to put a custom greeting, you can do so. In order to add events to your club's calendar, we want to click on the club calendar option in the main menu. And then let's go ahead and set up some events for the upcoming month. Now, if I want to add an event here, what I'm going to do is go over to the date that I want to have an event to show up for. Let's select this one. I'm going to click on that box, and here I can put in the name of the event. So I'll say Gwinnett Metro Toastmasters Club meeting. If you want to include your club's meeting link here, you can. If you have a custom Zoom link, or if you have a WebEx link, whatever it is that your club is using, if you are meeting online, you can put that URL right here. You can also have this to be a recurring event. So let's say your club meets every week. You can have this set up to be weekly. Let's say that your club meets every other week. You can have it set up to be bi-weekly. Or if your club only meets once a month, you can have this set up to be monthly. So I'm going to select weekly for this option, or I'll select bi-weekly. Let's go with bi-weekly, and let's create the event. Now, if your club doesn't meet weekly, and let's say your club meets on the 2nd and the 4th Thursday, or the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of the month, then you do want to monitor the way this is displayed a little bit. For now, we see it's showing up on the 2nd and the 4th for this month. For this next one, 2nd and the 4th. But if you do have a month where it's like 5 weeks instead of 4, that will throw this off a bit. So you just want to make sure you go through it and see how this is showing up on your club's calendar, so it does display this event on the correct dates. You don't want it to have it on a date where your club is not meeting. Also, we do have holidays coming up. So let's say that your club meeting is showing up on a holiday, or maybe you decide to not have a meeting on a specific date. You can delete that individual one. So you want to click on the one you want to delete, and it says Would you like to delete either this one event, meaning this only one, or would you like to delete all of the events that are labeled this, or only the ones that will come after this? So you can just say, I want to delete this one event, and it removed it for the 16th. So you have the option to do that. If you notice that it's messing up, like if your club meets bi-weekly and there's a 5th week in the month or a 5th Thursday in the month and you only meet on the 2nd and the 4th, that can throw off how this shows up in your calendar. So you can delete those and rearrange it if you like. Now let's say you want to showcase a TLI training, or you want to showcase your district's conference on your club's calendar. You can also set that up. So the same thing, I'm going to click on the date that I want this to showcase. I'm going to put the title of the event. So for this, I'll say Division A TLI training. If there's a registration link, I would put that registration link right here. If there is a registration link for your event, you can go ahead and paste that in here. And since this is a one-time event, I'm going to leave it on the default setting of one time. Then I'm going to click on this option here that says create event, and there it is. That is one way that you can add events to your club calendar. Now if you notice, when I added the event for this example, it was a maroon color instead of a blue color for the club meetings option. So I'm gonna do it again just to show you. Gwinnett Metro Toastmasters club meeting. I'm just gonna put one time for this one. I'm going to click create event. Now even though this is a regular club meeting, it's not showing up blue like how it's supposed to under the key part. Now if I want this to appear as a blue labeled event, what I can do is actually set up a meeting agenda for this date. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here to meeting agendas. I'm going to click on the plus sign to add something. For the meeting day, I'm going to choose that same date. I'm going to put in the start time. You can also select a template. I'll just go with this one. I'm going to click save, close out of this, and then I'm going to head back over to the club calendar. Go back to August, and there it is. It's showing as a club meeting with a blue background. So whenever you add something, when you add an agenda onto the FreeToastHost website, that event is going to show up in a blue color on your club calendar. Now, if you as the administrator just add something to the calendar the way I showed you by clicking on the date and filling out the information, it's going to appear with a maroon color or a red color background instead. So if you want to help to differentiate a little bit, just keep that in mind, that in order to get the blue background, you have to add a meeting agenda for that event. And if you want the red background, you simply need to click on the date and fill in the information, and you'll have that color background. If you would like to set up a hello bar to be displayed at the top of your website, here's how you can do that. When I say hello bar, I'm talking about this yellow bar that appears at the top of the screen that says welcome. So if you want something similar like this to appear on your club's website when visitors go to your club's website, or even when your members visit your club's website, then this is how you can set the hello bar up. Click on the Launch Admin Console button. Then click on the tab that says Floater Messages. Here you have the option to write a message specifically for those who are not members, as well as those who are specifically paid members. So you can say, welcome to the Gwinnett Metro Toastmasters club, whatever it is that you want to say, this is going to show up for those who are not members or who are not logged in as a member on your club's website. This is a message they're going to see. Now, if you want to have a different message for a member, you can say, welcome back. We're so glad to have you a part of our club. And you would click save. I'm going to go back over to Google Chrome so we can see how it looks. When I go to the Gwinnett Metro Toastmasters Club as a visitor or as someone who is not logged into the site, I will now see that custom message that I inputted for example, which is welcome to the Gwinnett Metro Toastmasters Club. So you can use this space to welcome your visitors. You can use this space to announce anything special, like maybe your club is going to have an anniversary party, or maybe you want them to sign up for the conference, or you want to encourage people to check out a specific resource. You can put a specific message at the top of your website to be displayed when people come to your club's FreeToastHost website. Now, everyone is going to see this message, but once a member logs into the site, they will see the other message that I put specifically for them. But this message is going to be shown to everyone who is not logged in to the club's website. So choose your words carefully and make the most of this space. The last thing I'm going to show you is how you can display your club members on the Meet Our Members page. So if you go over to the Meet Our Members page, you will see certain members show up on this web page. Now, there are two reasons for this. Number one, the member has to select the option on their end to be displayed on this page. If they have that box unchecked on their end, they are not going to be displayed on this page. So I'm going to actually log in as a member to show you what I'm talking about. There you have it, 10 more ways that you can customize your club's FreeToastHost website. If you haven't already, be sure to check out part 1 of this series so you can learn 10 other ways that you can customize your club's website. If you've already seen part 1 and part 2 of this series, yet you still have a question about something else that I didn't cover in either one of those videos, then leave a comment below so I can know what you would like me to cover in the next part of this series. Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up so more people can find this tutorial and benefit from it.